I used to play Widow. Not so much now, but I used to. I'm kind of a reformed Widow one trick.
Awesome.
I think it's because I really this is gonna sound so ridiculous, but I really like K-pop.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
K-pop's
So
cool.
I speak Korean. Not like I'm studying it right now,
Oh,
and I
neat.
kind of thought, oh, that's fun. I'll play the hero with the Korean lines.
Nerf this!
Now, everyone makes mistakes and will hold a little too long out in maybe a Widow's line of sight or a Soldier's line of sight to the point where, like, by the time they react and start moving behind cover, right, they're already
Yeah.
going to die. But that's what Matrix is for. You cover for those mistakes. You can see your team, ideally, because those people who would be at risk are going to be slightly in front of you. You just throw Matrix on them to cover for their lack of foresight.
Okay.
So, and usually it'll only take one tap of Matrix. Matrix persists, as I'm sure you've noticed, for like a second and a half after you actually press it. It doesn't just end the second you unclick.
Yeah.
So you can use that to your advantage. Even after the animation is completely over, it'll still block stuff.
Okay.
So you're solo tanking. Try and stay with your Brigitte, wherever she is, because she's going to be your only source of heals. She should ideally be watching you and supporting you. So you and her are kind of going to be the front line here. If you move back to point, ideally she moves with you. And it's very dangerous to hold up here for too long, because if they get back to point and your team goes in a haphazard fashion back to the point, you get split up, and yes, already should be back on point. It's much better to just hold from this area. Right there. You should. So when you see a low health target, right, that's when you need to be diving in and really forcing the issue on them, and creating space then for your team to move into.
Okay.
So the stuff you should be diving on, not the full health targets, but the ones you know you can kill. And for the most part, that means a target that's already been lit for half their health or something.
I'm not sure about going in here.
So in that situation, personally, I would have felt comfortable diving in using rockets and doing a lot of damage. Not just because I had my support there, but, you know, being able to do a lot of burst damage would be valuable. Plus, it's a fairly low risk engage. Alright. You need to keep the enemy in front of you at all times, or the majority of the enemy, the high priority targets. So in the earlier case there would be obviously the whole body of the enemy team. You should be able to back up. You should know the maps well enough by now, considering your rank here, to be able to back through the entire map, like walk backwards through any door. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Very good. That's good. See, since you obviously can win those engagements like that, you need to be putting yourself in those more, you know, up at the front line. You very rarely are actually brawling, and d.va's a brawler when it comes to fights on a point, or when you got a team fight going. You want to be as close as you can to the enemy. So you're playing very conservatively. You should be doing as much damage as you can, getting as much of an angle on their team as you can, and trusting your heals a little bit more. Your healers are doing great, but you're playing very carefully around corners and all, which I like, because a lot of people struggle to do that. That's very good. But and like that matrix there, you should never at any point find yourself less than half matrix left, except to block ults.
Okay.
There, yeah, tap. That's a good block. That's a good eat. So again here, as great as this kill would be to get, your team is now left. Oh, this is, yeah. So your team luckily pulled out of it, but you realize there you basically made it a 5v4 for the enemy team.
Yeah.
So even though your team did manage to pull out of it, that's not a good engagement. If you can get a quick, easy kill, yes. That was a prolonged, very slow engagement. This is very good. I like your awareness here going after that guy. I don't like that awareness. That's fine though. That's fine. Nice. Little overthrown, but good timing. Definitely buys your team a lot of time there. Yeah. Pretty good tracking. The more stupid stuff you do, the more I can help you. So I'm hoping for as much bad gameplay as possible. That makes my job so easy. But you're not playing that badly, so don't worry about it. Nice. Okay. So something I'm noticing when you are getting in these engagements at really close quarters, your tracking is good, but I feel like if you back it up just a little bit, so you're playing like up in their face, which is good. Like ideally that's going to get you the best DPS, but you're not losing that much by holding back a little bit more and making your accuracy better. You know, getting more spread from your shots. They'll still mostly hit, and you'll do 90% of the same damage, but it'll help you keep things in front of you better and help you track stuff. So like, see this Brigitte? This range right there, like that's good. Now she's so close, you're missing more of your shots. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
Even if you're just nervous, like the other way will just be a little bit easier. Nice use of missiles there. That's probably the best use of your missiles that I've seen this game, where the target's in front of you and they're not moving too much, so you load in a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah.
That was also very nice. I like that. So we talked about how you should be using boost to engage on stuff, right? Or to get kills. That's exactly so if you're given an option of someone in the enemy team who's low and you can go and get a kill on, or someone who's harassing your backline, you want to protect your team at the same time. So like I mentioned, your priorities are keeping your team up and getting picks. If you can do both at the same time, you win the game. Okay. And killing a tracer is doing both at the same time, right? So here the priority target would be the McCree, not the enemy d.va. As soon as d.va's out of mech, you can basically, you know, see, this is good. That was good. That was very good. You just pocketed your Symmetra. That's when you completely use all your Matrix, and it pays off. That was beautiful. There's no need for you to turn around there unless you saw an enemy or knew or thought there was an enemy back there.
Yeah, I think I look in the direction I want to go.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. You should. That's a habit you're gonna have to try and break.
That's why I make a bad tracer. I always end up going the wrong way.
You can't react to things you can't see, and d.va's all about reacting. Ooh, I would have maybe matrixed for him instead of trying to do damage. He was ulting. If you want to screw with them, you could throw your ult just through them all. The safer play is to save it for when it's important on the ult to stall.
Yeah.
So not bad either way. This is good. You just want to play with your Brigitte as much as possible. Especially when she's in her ult like this. You get a lot of sustain from this. d.va is one of the hardest heroes to kill with all that armor. Oh, he screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fan so much of the upward ults. At your rank, people can dodge that very easily. You're better off staying on the ground and being able to pressure them with your pistol at the same time, or even body block in some cases. I've gotten killed by just preventing people from getting to cover. A melee there would have gotten you your mech a few seconds earlier.
Okay.
Melee builds a surprising amount of ult charge. My biggest thing for you to work on from that game, I mean, overall you played pretty well. You ended up winning. There were a couple instances where you switched targets maybe a little too quickly. You might remember that one ulting Winston, and then there was a Roadhog that you kind of switched to.
Yeah.
So the most important thing when we're talking about getting picks, right, is going to be focusing a target down. And if you switch your focus too quickly, right, you're not making it easy for anyone to confirm kills.